haven't checked out part 1, do so right now, or else you'd be very confused. Everyone, and welcome back to my iOS map part 2 video, and today we are going to be doing the Little Western, the Harwick branch line, and Toby's old branch line. Let's get moving. Little Western starts at Knapford. Callan line splits off from the main line loop and heads west to Knapford Beach, which is only seen in Thomas and Stepney. And after that is Tidmouth Halt, which is nearby Tidmouth Beach. We are now entering the Tidmouth district now. After Tidmouth Halt, we go past the coast and along Tidmouth Beach. Along the beach further up north is the Seaside Village, which is unnamed, so I just marked it as Seaside Village. After that is Tidmouth Bay, which only appears in Make Someone Happy. I know the wiki says that the station that appears in Season 6, or the castle station that appears in Season 6, is also Tidmouth Bay, though I personally don't really see that. For one, it has a bay platform, while this Tidmouth Bay doesn't, and also that station doesn't really seem to be located near Tidmouth. It seems to be located more towards Stepney's branch line. After that is Bulgy's Bridge, which I know some people say is on the Farquhar branch in the television series, but I still place it on Duck's line just because, like, in Season 3, he goes over it, heading down his branch, and in Season 4, Stepney supposedly goes down Duck's branch line and passes this, and then gets to Hackenbeck Tunnel, which, I mean, fair enough. The Little Western passes through Tidmouth Sheds, through Tidmouth Town Square, then junctions off from Thomas's branch and the mainline loop and heads west and goes through this tunnel, which is called Conrad's Bridge on the Sam Wilkinson map, which I have no idea why, but I mean, hey, at least this tunnel has a name. Conrad's Bridge, we go through this rocky beach tunnel, and it crosses over the Farquhar branch via the Tidmouth Harbor bridges. Finally reach Haltraw, the end of the Little Western. It only appears in one episode, and it is the junction for Toby's old branch line, as well as the Harwick branch line. For Haltraw, the line continues further north up to Harwick on the Harwick branch line, and the first station is Bluffs Cove, which has a school and is right near a beach. This is where Toad spotted the beached whale. That is the station I call church, and like the name suggests, it has a church next to it as well as a beach. Who would have guessed? And this is the station right before the fishing village. And just after that is the fishing village, which is run by Arthur, and fish is here, and it gets delivered to Knapford Harbor and Brendam Docks. After the fishing village is Arlesborough, which is a goods station for goods coming in from the harbor, and it is not a passenger station. I know in Season 7 it does say that it takes place, or that it's located in the mountains, though you can see the ocean in the distance in this shot here to the left. So I placed it on this line because of that. After Arlesborough, we reach Arlesborough West, which is the transfer point between the Northwestern and the Arlesdale Railway. The miniature engine sheds are here, and the harbor is just up ahead. After that is Arlesborough Harbor, which is where Captain Callie's ship is preserved and put on display at the Maritime Museum. And the Arlesdale Railway curves here once it reaches the River Arl. And this is also the harbor that is featured mainly in Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. After that is Arlesborough Yard, which loops around and it features Ryan and Daisy's shed here, and this is where all the goods is stored for the harbor. After that are closed down tracks to Callie's Cavern, which were inevitably found out by Thomas as a sinkhole, and Thomas got trapped under here and found Captain Callie's ship. And then Thomas later blew it up with dynamite, and the fate of the cavern is unknown. That is the most northern station on Sodor, Harwick, and it is a beach holiday town like most of the stations on the line, and it is the end of the branch line. There's a turntable behind it for engines to turn around on and head back down the branch, and Dexter is stationed here on one of the sidings. We're moving on to Toby's branch line, starting with the post windmill, which is shown to be on his line after going straight at the Bluffs Cove Junction. After that is another windmill called Toby's Windmill, which is owned by a flour miller, and it is just east of Arlesborough. After that we reach Lower Arlesborough, which is where Toby and Topham first met, along with Topham's grandchildren. And this is the one of many Arlesborough stations. There are quite a few on this line. And after that we reach Arlesborough town, which serves the main town of Arlesburg itself. And this is the village station shown, and it's only snow. I know what the Unlucky Tug marks this as Arlesdale, but since Arlesdale is on the Arlesdale Railway, I mark this as Arlesburg town as it's marked on the Mitten map, and it seemed to be a station that would fit pretty well on here, so I just placed it here. After that is Upper Arlesburg, which serves the community of Upper Arlesburg, and it is this country village station in Don't Tell Thomas. Again, it was one of those stations on the David Route map that I wanted to fill in with a unnamed station, so I just added this station here. That we reach Marthwaite, which is the village shown in Toby and the Flood, and a lot of people think that the Maithwaite station on Thomas's branch line is meant to be this station, though I don't like to think that, because on pretty much every map that Maithwaite is featured, it's not really featured anywhere near this place. So yeah, I mean, on some maps it is, but that's just like them kind of mistaking it for Marthwaite. I don't think they were always meant to be the same location. So yeah, and there's also a line here leading to Callan Castle, but I'll talk about that more when I get to the Callan Castle branch line. After that is the Marthwaite Bridge, and this is the bridge that crosses over the River Arl, and this is the bridge that Toby got swept away on in Toby and the Flood. After that we reach the Arlesdale Castle, which is a castle near Arlesdale, and I like to think was built when Sodor was in its medieval days. That is Dam, or the dam, which broke off in Toby and the Flood and caused a massive flood, flooding all of the River Arl. And this holds the water of one of the big three lakes. After the dam we reach Arlesdale End, and this is where Toby's shed is. It becomes a through line after season 10 and for the extension to the old castle for Toby's services. And there, after Arlesdale End, there's a junction. The junction's off to Farquhar Quarry, and this is the narrow gorge before it loops up with that Y to Ulfstead Castle. This is where Lorry 2 crashed off the cliffside. That is going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, as of the time recording this, it's 10:08 p.m., so I'm a bit tired at the moment, but super glad I was able to get this video out. I know it was really short, and I know you guys were waiting a while for this, but geez, it's already almost half of the year and I've only gotten 2 videos out. But yeah, I hope to speed them up more, because I have state testing right now at school, so that's kind of put a lot on my plate, and that's kind of been mentally exhausting. Also, in general, this week has been mentally exhausting. But I'm glad one of the videos, as of the time of recording, has 1K views. Thank you all for it, and I really hope to reach 30 subscribers soon. And yeah, part 3 will come out, and we'll cover the Brendam branch line, I think I'm going to be covering the Brendam branch, and I think the nearby branch lines to it, so I think those are the search and rescue branch, and maybe the Olstead branch. I think those are the 3 we'll be covering next, but I don't know for sure. That might change, but so yeah. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I'll see you all in the next one, and bye-bye.